If I don't like their life or how they are or the investments that they've made, then I just simply do not listen. I would never, ever listen to anyone's advice where I don't dream of their life. Okay, so if they're a person I do not want to be, or if they're living a life that I desperately do not want, I would never, ever, ever take advice off that person. I feel like in life, that risk taking is the biggest thing that's going to take you to success. And when we really look at it, the only thing that's different between you and I is probably just the risk that I take and the confidence I have and the trust in myself that I have. And once we start to trust ourselves and have confidence, we actually leap into some kind of success. But here's the thing, how big the risk is usually how big the outcome is. So what you put in is what you're going to get out. So let's go over some things that you can do to fully adopt this way of being and lead yourself into success. I think by coming into the two things that I said before, which was confidence and trust, those two things really come from authenticity. So one of the things that you can try today is being yourself, being really authentic, because if you can do that, you will start to take small risks and a punt on yourself to just say how you feel to somebody, and you're going to see what comes about from it, and that will be the outcome. This might be stepping fully into who you are and saying to someone, hey, listen, I disagree with you. Here's my perspective on it. Or it could be like, hey, I've always had a crush on you. Do you want to go and get a bite to eat? It could be whatever you want, but you're literally taking a risk on what? Maybe on rejection, maybe on abandonment, whatever it is. But I fully feel that if you start to take risks, you are going to come out the other side and be completely harmonized, happy, joyful, and successful. To truly be yourself and start to take small risks on yourself by being who you truly are and saying what you truly mean. Second one that could really help you is personal growth. Focus on you. Focus on the small things within you that you have been doing to grow who you are. It might be getting to know yourself. So now once we push into personal growth with authenticity and taking these small punts on ourselves of just speaking small things of our truth, we are coming closer and closer to building up to taking a large risk that could have a big outcome. Another one that really helps with taking a risk is being patient. You are probably much like me. I used to hate hearing the word patience. I was like, I have been patient and I'm still not receiving. And I think this is because I never was being myself. I wasn't being authentic. I wasn't taking these small risks of being myself and speaking my truth. And I wasn't really focused on personal growth. So if we don't grow and we don't change, then our world outside of us does not change. It only changes if we change and take action on that. So here we are having you be yourself. You're speaking your truth. You're working on your personal growth and you're being patient. Oh my God, this is a recipe for utter success. Once you have embodied all of that, I want you to think about what you truly desire. And once you have decided what you desire, all you need to do is go and take the risk. You just go and put yourself out there and you say, I think I am perfect for this job. And because you're being completely yourself, you're being patient, well, you have been, and you have really worked on your growth. Honestly, your boss is literally going to turn around and go, yeah, fair statement. I don't know why you're not deserving of this position. Absolutely. However it's going to happen for you or whatever your risk is that you're taking, maybe it's an investment. I don't know. But if you trust yourself, I'm telling you, this is the recipe for success, because once you trust your inner compass, you trust you, which only can come from when you're being yourself. And then from there, it's come from personal growth. You are going to start living your dreams by taking a risk. Can you see how it's all coming together? Being yourself, growth, patience, speaking. It all will come together and you will be literally taking a risk. And it doesn't even matter what other people say. Let's talk about when you want to take a risk and people got their influence on you and they're like, no, I don't think you should do that. I don't think it's the right time. Oh my God, what are you going to do if they say X, Y, Z? And you're like, oh my God, I never even thought of that. Yeah, what am I going to say to Billy when he says that to me? I want you to learn to kind of allow space and compassion for other people's opinions. So we hear them, but we don't take them on. We rather kind of validate their feelings of like, oh, I can see why you would say that. Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen that happen a lot in the community. But you know what? I truly trust myself on this and I really want to do it. And so you are validating them, but you're also affirming to yourself about who you are, that you have full trust in you and the universe and what is rightly yours. And so that kind of connection with you and the universe, you become in resonance with everything around you and it starts to kind of work for you. All you need to do is work within you and trust you and it will start to show up in your reality. So what do we do if someone says, no, we don't think you should do that, it's the wrong time? And we say no, thank you, but no. It could be your parents. It could be someone that you trust. But here's the thing that I take on board when I was learning all of these skills, something that I went by that I really want to teach you today, and I hope that you can adopt this, is I used to always think, if I don't like their life or how they are or the investments that they've made, then I just simply do not listen. I would never, ever listen to anyone's advice where I don't dream of their life. Okay, so if they're a person I do not want to be, or if they're living a life that I desperately do not want, I would never, ever take advice off that person. But if they have some kind of personality type that is similar to me and they have adopted certain things and they've gone to get it and they've gotten it and they live a life of desire, I will absolutely listen. Mostly when I was younger, I used to be really, everything that I've taught you here, I used to really do that. So I would say to people who I admired, I would say, listen, you guys are so successful. Oh my goodness, how did you get there? And they would tell me. So I was at the age of probably 20 to 25, and these people were like 50s, 60s. They were really well-to-do people. They were extremely beautiful in and out, and it's something that I loved. The family connection that they had with their kids was just like, can I be a part of your family? Like, can you adopt me? And so I would say, like, the way that you have this connection with your family and the way that you live is so beautiful. Like, where did you make all your money and how did you do that? And you know what? I still remember this one guy, like the husband, he told me some things that I will never ever forget. One of the things he said was, don't ever think that you are the bomb diggity and you have to do it all yourself. He said, Monique, that's where I went wrong. He said, the moment that I started to outsource all of my, duties that I didn't want to do, he said that was the moment that I became successful, is because I allowed freedom and time in my world and I just outsourced it all. And I never forgot that, because it's something that I used to do when I was younger in my first business. Is I used to think that I was the bomb diggity, right? And I used to only want to do it. Like, I had to do all of the things. I had to do the finances. I had to call the people. I had to confirm them. I had to go after them. I'd have to send the emails. I'd then have to actually do the work. And honestly, I remember what he said. And this is what I mean, is once you start to look at people of desire, you can truly just take the risk and ask them, hey, how did you do it? Can you show me? Can you tell me? And I'm hoping that this can help you, because everything that I've taken a punt on myself in my life, I can truly sit here today and say to you guys, it does work. It does. Having authenticity, confidence, all of your worthiness, being patient, trusting in your connection with self, your inner guidance, your true North Star, and following it, it does work. It never, ever has not worked for me. And I want you to truly try this. So just start with the basic tools and start small. And I'm really hoping that you can take a risk today and come closer to your desired reality, or maybe just a little bit of success best that you can taste. I know you're so close already because you've found my video, and I am like rooting for your success. And if you don't know me, my name is Monique, and I channel in higher consciousness for all of these videos, readings, and healings. And it's honestly a pleasure to take you through this healing journey and on this route to your own success, for whatever that may be. I love you so much, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.